Well, I think the usual suspects probably in this one. Maybe an Ezreal ban from DN Supers could be a consideration because of Diablo. And
Cassia.
Yeah, I'll be the one right here, I think.
Yeah.
All right, maybe Vi, and then Orianna on the other side. Orianna's already there.
Maybe
last ban could be last ban a little flexible.
A cheeky Lucian, maybe?
Could be, or Ezreal.
Ooh, Lee Sin. So
now
now
I'm
the
gonna play Lee Sin Chicken. That's my favorite new minigame of the LCK.
Aw. That's all right. We'll get a different minigame. Maybe it'll be Vi Chicken. And maybe these teams have realized the Vi just isn't actually that good. And so they're not going to overly prioritize it.
That's really hard in this meta.
Yeah, Rumble's going to be taken away.
So...
Sponge.
Ezreal first pickable?
Is Jarvan first pickable? Is Vi is theoretically first pickable.
Yeah, you and I are...
I'm a Vi anti
one
now,
mind,
man.
that Vi is good, but not necessarily needs to be picked first. Maybe you got to build a composition a little bit that Vi is going to excel with, and then pick Vi. Anyway.
Lucian Melio, let's go. Never mind. We're going to go Camille instead. Camille Shen. Do that. Do Camille Shen.
Yeah, then what are they going to do?
Exactly. Well, it's now going to be like what they're going to do is Lucian Melio.
Yeah.
Okay.
Could have been, a Bard lane. Could have been a Bard lane. Bard's up, but they decided to do... Diablo likes to play Lucian. He enjoys it. He prefers it.
This is going to be difficult for Dr. and Peter, I think, towards his bottom side.
Yeah, I mean, they have been the most struggling duo of the year by a large margin. And so against one of the stronger duos, if not the strongest in Rise Group, with the Lucian that is being piloted, I am a little concerned.
I am too.
Dandy doesn't look concerned. He looks happy about the situation.
I think Dandy would be. I think Dandy's on the happy and controlled side of this whole situation.
I think he's on the Lucian side.
He is. The Pantheon to be denied here. I like the Pantheon Rise being considered by Nong Shim.
And a Talia ban for Scout is interesting. I wonder what he'll end up going with into this Rise.
Lock.
Ivia probably.
Lock.
I mean, he wants to play Lock because they have the Lucian lane, but like I said, I wonder what he's playing. And the Lock was, probably not actually going to be played. The Anivia is
feeling like a good
boring.
option.
It's boring, but you put the wall up, they can't get away from the Lucian. He taps them. Ezreal can kind of get away from the Lucian a little bit.
Yep. And the wall can be used by Camille as well, to your detriment. So that's kind of cute if they do decide to go that way. The last ban will be the Olaf. I actually think the Olaf ban is very smart.
Let's see what the...
I accidentally wrote down Othel. That's not how that works. I didn't know I was...
Well, depending on the player, it can be, but it's going to be just a Nefiri here for Charvel to follow up on those Camille engages. I do like a Nefiri into a Lucian dashing forward when you've got the CC set up already.
Yeah. Okay.
Uh-oh.
Syndra.
It's a classic. Is it just an Ambessa to round this comp out?
Or just a Nah? A
Ooh,
Jace?
Jace is up.
They banned Olaf and picked Jace? It's pretty smart.
Dudu has been known to play a B5 Yorick.
And honestly, kind of goes pretty hard here. I wouldn't mind it at all. They can play side lanes pretty effectively.
Let's see.
What are you doing,
Does he want to do that? Or does he want to play Udyr? Does he want to play a fun champion? Does he want to run around zooming? Or does he just want to play Yorick? He just wants to play Yorick.
How is Udyr fun ever?
He
used to be fun.
He does a bear slap.
He does, and then he does nothing else ever for the whole game.
He gets
and then they lose.
He gets his little like hamster hands out.
Were you not watching Pun at MSI, Wolf? It was so sad.
He gets his hamster hands out and kills the ward fast.
He does get his hamster hands out.
He's like, I'm
I've
clearing
never
it.
heard of them described as hamster hands.
He just looks like a little hamster. And he's like, I'm going to clear the sword really
Can
fast.
we get the camera on Wolf just for a quick second? I really need to show everyone the hamster hands.
Yeah, wait, they'll probably have to wait till the draft CG goes down. But then
Oh, no, there it is. It shows
I'm
the hamster.
clearing the ward.
Oh, it's spectacular. Oh,
right.
thank you so much for that. All right.
He's not playing Udyr.
He's not playing Udyr,
having
he's playing
fun.
Yorick.
He's
It's-
playing Yorick and trying to have fun. They did a meta draft
They
with no
did.
stakes. No stakes, but still did meta.
Yep.
This is the LCK.
And no shade
Good
to
night.
Pun, by the way. I loved his volley bay. His set was awesome. That play was fantastic. Definitely a very, very cool one to watch at MSI. But we're not there anymore. We are here at the LCK, and we're looking to see where the color coordination in the top jungle for the DN Supers is going to be enough to get them over the line here against a very, very consistent-looking draft from Nongshim Red Force. A lot of power in that mid game. We'll see whether the DN Supers can weather it.
미니언들이 생성되었습니다.
All right, here we are, ladies and gentlemen.
Do you
for the
know-
Rift for game number 1.
Sorry to interrupt. I just want to get in before we get into the action.
Please.
You know what Jace skin that is that Kingan's playing? I've never seen that splash art before.
Hang on. I didn't see the splash art.
He's got like he's got like a really long beard. He looks like
disheveled Jace.
he looks like me after the off season. Before I get a haircut and get cleaned up before we do LCK.
Is it just the Arcane Jace skin?
No, I don't think so. I don't think so.
Like the Season 3 Arcane Jace skin? That would make sense.
I don't know. Someone will eventually tell us.
It's definitely
I know you're
not-
the skin master, so
I don't think there's a rugged Jace. I think that's only Garen.
Peter he actually auto-filled support, but he decided he's going to play jungle anyways, like a lot of people in my game.
Now I
over
really
here.
I want us to go to the top lane.
Well, we'll eventually will, but Peter's trying to play jungle for a minute, so just please be patient.
Well, I think he was also trying to play Ward. I think he nailed both,
Yeah,
as he was in the jungle and he was seeing stuff.
he's trying to influence this a little bit. Sponge will get this camp, and we'll now go down to Krugs, and he's going to try to annoy him a little bit. Obviously, in this 2v2, without one of the two that they need, it's bad. So he does come over here, but now they have level 2 on Diablo, so that's a little bit annoying.
Yeah. And so far, Dr. Oh, there's a third minion. But Diablo is able to dash forward. Dr. is zoned away from basically everything. This wave will crash.
Yes.
Pardon me. I'm about to
Sponge is
die.
also going to crash. And
Okay.
Doctom may be crashed upon.
Well, let's see what they can actually do here. Decent exhaust there onto Diablo as Dr. doing his best to survive, and it doesn't work. There is first blood over to Sponge, and they get everyone out.
Peter knew he was destined to be in the jungle this game. Being in this lane is not fun.
Yeah, he wants to go back, to be honest. I'm sorry about like losing my voice for a second there,
No,
but
it's
at
okay.
least we got it back for the dive.
It happens.
Yeah.
Peter's going to just try to hold this wave and then be sad and back. What's he going to buy? Oh, we're not going to see what he's going to buy. It's okay. So the aggro here started it, picked up, and juggled onto Lehens. And there's nothing that the Ezreal could do. He pre-pressed exhaust. I mean, he did that part correctly.
Yep.
Not enough really outplay options there.
He lasted a decent amount of time. As Kingen up here, let's have a look at, yeah, it's the Arcane J skin.
Okay, this is just Arcane Jace.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know, the splash screen looked different. He looked like Wolf in the beginning of January.
Yeah, Chronicler would not actually recognize this Jace because it is the second season,
Yeah.
and he doesn't believe in the second season. I can't recall as to why anymore.
It's kind of a weird stat for Kingen, by the way. 2-7 on Jace.
Yeah, not having a very good time. Sometimes you just don't have the wins on the Jace. But there was a lot of weird, like, blind Jace picks, especially from Nongshim in the first couple of rounds of the LCK. And so I think a lot of it did come down to draft. Once again, like, this is one of the answers to it, that he wasn't able to actually outplay. So maybe an opportunity for Dudu.
I mean, remember,
do it
Nongshim
again.
were also like top 4 for a few weeks at the very beginning of the season. And
Yeah.
then that's, like I was saying before, whenever you think they're in form, you know, that's when they get you. They had a big collapse, and as we all know, were unable to secure a legend group spot. Weren't really in contention for it at the very end.
Well, Doctor trading decently here.
He did not flash during the dive, which was the correct call. So he still has flash. Not like he's completely helpless, but he is, you know, he's not having fun. Refillable pot was what Peter was able to buy on that sad back. It's very sad.
He gets a bit of extra sustain. That's something. Lehens does the same thing. And Closer is zoning Scout, like, quite effectively here. Hitting a bit of poke. Scout makes its way out of there.
I feel like only Chovy and Showmaker are allowed to play Syndra. That's my Syndra rule.
I mean, BDD has also been pretty good at it in his time.
Yeah. Depends on if he and Closer allowed to play it together
Yeah.
in tandem is the other question. But I agree with you. I was a big BDD enjoyer myself.
That's all right. DN Super is able to pick up a big wave. That is a large amount of extra money here for Diablo, though. I think Nongshim have done exactly what they're supposed to with this bottom lane.
What timing Diablo gets the Essence Reaver to start to open this game up. Sponge is already very happy with what he was able to accomplish. It did come at a hefty price in terms of farm, as you guys could see with Charvel being even in gold and you know, about 4 or 5 camps ahead at the moment because he was not there in the defense of that dive and otherwise just took a lot of the jungle away. Has level 6 as well from that extra experience. This is something that can happen when you do end up not ganking and just hard farming because you don't get that much experience from that one single kill as Sponge. See if you can actually utilize it for anything here.
Well, I was actually going through the chat to see what Chronicler said, but I think admitting that he still hasn't watched Season 2 of Arcane. That's what I assume.
Yeah.
That's what happened.
I think that's a pretty reasonable assumption. I already kind of assumed that myself.
Yeah.
So.
He's just, sometimes the disappointment never ceases. As Peter is going to face check, does manage to hookshot wall dive away.
That's the cool thing about
they're not going to be able to save their jungle.
Sometimes you walk into danger, and then you just fly 10,000 miles away and the press of a button, and you're fine.
Yeah. Charvel is going to be able to at least get onto the enemy red buff, though, on spawn.
Yeah, Charvel is going for a high score.
Yeah. As Gullywall, not exactly doing too much here. Diablo will push Docdom away. He got the cannon. At what cost? Well, the cost of a double tap is not that much.
Actually pretty solid for Duckers right there.
Oh, okay. Gets the red buff at least. Sponge takes a lot of damage. And we'll just have to leave. Nicely done by Shovel as Docdom gets the exhaust off onto Diablo. Still going to be losing out on the trade, though. As Peter comes back, Diablo actually dashes into the True Shot barrage. That's bravery right there, ladies and gentlemen.
I think he kind of thought maybe he was going to go a little bit more up there and not get hit by it, but still did a lot of damage, still won the trade. And now Lehens is trying to stop backs. And Charvel, I don't think so, my man.
Just bypassing over, looking to see whether he can stop Sponge from taking his red buff. At the moment, it's looking like the answer is no. And so Sponge will be able to get out of here with the buff in hand.
Duckdom does get back to his turret. Diablo is backing. He's going to be able to catch this wave. Maybe even an angle here for DNS to get the first dragon of the game. With everyone being grouped up, there is vision on it, but instead it's just going to be Krugs for Charvel and Duckdom backing. So he's actually, well, trying to. I can see on the main map, Lehens tried to stop him. He failed.
Yeah. We'll be able to get home.
Back.
Sheen comes in for the Ezreal. Feels very good about that one. Diablo not quite with his just yet. But he's got his core fields. And that Cull is slowly ticking down.
You know, nobody ever does it, Atlas.
What do they not do?
The teams that get eliminated from playoff/play-in contention, they never do the for funsies draft.
Yeah, just not like picking 5 teamos.
Yeah, they just don't. They don't do it. Yeah. And then they play standard, and they try to win. And that's okay. I respect it, but just kind of hoping maybe today was going to be different.
Yeah.
I always kind of hope a little.
I kind of want them to pick fun stuff and try to win. I don't want them to, like...
No, I'm not saying like they don't try to win.
Anything.
It's like just, you know, like a little...
Yeah, get a bit experimental.
Curveball. Yeah, a little curveball.
Kind of like that idea. Sponge watches Closer retreat. And now we've got another potential dive angle here. But 2v2 dive, that's going to be a little bit of a bridge too far. And Diablo Lehens will just continue trying to deny as much farm to Docdom as humanly possible.
Why not a Duckdom greatest hits, you know? Pull out the Aphelios.
Oh, that'd be fun. Bit of a Peter Thresh angle?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Peter Yumi angle?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Closer Swain?
Oh, no. Maybe not that one.
Not that one?
Closer Akali? Closer Silas? Closer Irelia?
Yeah!
Closer Irelia was also, it was very exciting until it wasn't. I will never forget that game.
Yeah.
It was very similar to the Kiana game.
Hey, at least Shiu did worse.
True. Yeah,
You know, like it took a little bit away from the Closer situation. Because Closer did come into the LCK as like the Aurelia guy.
Yeah, he did.
As, Morning Mist just barely missing that.
We were like, back then, if it's a melee champion, it'll be Closer and not Faker. And then he had that one Aurelia game, and then it was like, if it's a melee champion, it'll be Faker and not Closer. but then he had a big bounce back after he left T1, and the rest is history. Best performing player on DNS this year.
Yeah. Had a really good individual year that one time.
Yes. Best individual year, in fact.
Let's close a nice sidestep. Speaking of which, cast a blessing there, Wolf. Thank you very much for that one.
Yeah.
Cycle of Sword done for Shovel. Has beaten Sponge to item number 1, although I think Sponge is just missing a bit of a back. But Shovel has actually been really dominating the jungle.
Yeah, he's hard farming. He's getting that high score.
Yeah.
He's playing Star Fox right now. He knows the whole trick.
He's clocking it.
He disables lock on so he can get the extra points.
Ooh, do a barrel roll.
Diablo is going to be totally fine here, as it looks like for a moment Charvel decided to stop PvE. A little PvP, but
Was a little spotted.
yeah.
Problematic part. The biggest issue is the fact that Kingen hasn't been able to do anything to Dudu here in this top lane.
Yeah, it's that York, the classic. You know, could have picked Malphite. That's what Chronicle wanted.
Ooh, Diablo was in the brush. Shovel's making his way over. It's another good exhaust. And Doctarm this time is actually going to take a lot of damage there from the culling. The wave is going to be then tackled as Dudu inside his Ghoulie wall. Kingen's in trouble. Trying to get that follow as both of our top laners retain their flash. I think Dudu could have elected for a bit of a trade there, but decided not to.
It's going to be a lot of, well, I thought they were going to actually stay for the next wave, but they don't. I'm going to say a lot of plate money potentially grabbed there for Diablo, but he's got his Essence Reaver completed. He doesn't wait for another wave. He doesn't want a call to complete. He just wants to hurt more. And now they're at the state where he'll be doing the most hurting. He's the more powerful than Doctarm than he will be for the rest of this game.
Yep. I do want to say that Chronicler did confirm that indeed he does like Malphite.
Yeah, he always wanted the Malphite counterpick to Jace. He was always like, what if they picked Malphite? And it never happened.
Yeah.
And now that we're in this game here where there's no stakes and I wanted a fun pick, I kind of understand him. I'm like, that would have been more fun.
Do you think that's why he left? Just a bit of a tantrum
just never picked
after
that
not enough Malphite?
They did it like one time, and he got really excited. I'm pretty sure it didn't win.
Yeah, I kind of respect it, you know? Like, you have to choose a hill to die on. And maybe that was just his. Because Malphite is a mountain. That kind of makes sense. Doctarm is just going to Arcane Shift right on top of Sponge. They share some pixels, and Sponge doesn't like that, so he's just going to kill Doctarm here. There it is. Kill number 2 over to Nongshim.
All right. That's pretty straightforward. Doctarm doesn't have any protection. The Camille is topside. They knew it. And they're going to win the race to first turret, but they're not. They're winning the race also to irrelevant AD carry, which is not a race they thought they were playing in, but unfortunately it's going to be a while before Duckers is putting together that first item. He's at 90 CS right now. He's 35 behind.
He has a couple of the bits of the Trinity Force. That's kind of cool. 2,000 gold behind when like the teams barely have that much. Like this is a large lead for Diablo.
Yeah, Sponge just smites him at the beginning of this fight.
Oh yeah, and then punches him a whole bunch of times.
Yeah,
Lehens doesn't kick him. In fact, that goes a little wide, but it does not matter at all. And so now
he's in the mid lane now. Let's see if he can fare better here. See if Peter doesn't. Let's see if he doesn't leave him out to dry. You know, maybe he just hangs out. Defensive Camille in the mid lane.
I'm sensing some sarcasm. Wolf?
You might be on to something.
That noise was kind of perfect for the moment, I'm not going to lie.
All right, look, Peter's got ult and flash, and he's a Camille, and he's going to find somebody. He's going to find somebody. He's destined for value in this team fight. He's destined for it.
Well, Shovel could make use of some of this money that he's accrued.
Here he goes.
As he goes untargetable, there is Peter finding the angle, and then finds his demise. The Drake is going to be stolen away, though, by Shovel. So I guess mission accomplished. Closer flashing away. Shock Blast is good there from Kingen, though. And the vault is going to be broken open. There goes all the money. And a lot of it is picked up here by Scout. Dudu, though, a man on a mission. He understood the assignment, you know? Play Yorick by himself.
You know what they say about finding true love?
What do they say about finding true love, Wolf?
Well, you know, they always tell you, you'll find someone, you'll find someone. But it was unrequited, this situation for Peter. He found Diablo. He had a biggest magnet that Diablo was pulling him in. You know, he had the initial engage with the flash, and then he went straight for Diablo. The thing is, there were more than one player vying for Peter. You know, they were like, wow, Peter, I want him.
Yeah, he really did rush the stage at the Diablo concert, didn't he?
Yeah.
A little bit there.
Maybe ask Diablo for coffee first.
Yeah. Or just like, have a conversation about it so his security doesn't just immediately crash tackle them to the floor.
It was a good try. Like I said, he was going to get some value. He was going to find someone with that flash ult. He did. It just didn't work out. It sometimes doesn't work. He'll find someone.
Got the Drake, though.
Yeah.
So, you know, battle, war, which one do you want to win? We don't really know the outcome of the war just yet. The battle was definitely won by Nongshim, though. Let's see what they can find here as Diablo dashes on in. The Maiden getting involved. The culling going to get Peter out of here. Let's see, Peter, Hextech Ultimatum on cooldown. That is going to be the Herald secured by the Yorick, which is good news. Doctor going to split the entirety of Nongshim, but doesn't hit anyone with the True Shot Barrage. And I feel like Diablo's getting antsy. You know, he's ready.
He is ready. His items are ready. Basically, he's very close to that second item, IE, which is actually is that allowed?
Oh, Scatter the Weak. Not connecting just yet.
So they are trying to stabilize DNS, trying to do a game state where the Yorick gets to just park in the side lane, actually put the side lane car in drive and keep pushing it. Maybe park is not the right word for this, but then they can pull Nongshim around the map a little bit, you know, for some resource to be used. Maybe then Diablo gets caught on rotation, you know, gets caught by a Camille, gets caught by a Charvel. Not this time, but, you know, maybe next time.
I think it's kind of cool that there's Yorick being played in the game and there's also Charvel.
Yeah, Charvel should play it next time.
They should be focusing on top side, though. We need to get this this top jungle synergy really rolling. He does throw down Shelly into this mid lane, though. The DNS Supers are going to get a fair bit of control here.
Got it. They're going to get this turret, it looks like. And maybe then they can actually look for a dive setup.
Yep. They drive this one in. And so Diablo actually taking a bit of damage off the back end. They get 3 grubs at the same time. Charvel really has full control over the top side of the map so far. And True Shot Barrage does a fair bit of damage here to Diablo as well. This is the gold lead kind of slipping away.
They might need to be aware of Scout lurking. Scout's lurking.
He is still lurking. There's the culling. Doctor so dead. That unleashed power was all kinds of unnecessary.
I saw a Syndra on a place on the minimap that didn't look normal, so I was trying to let them know, but they can't hear me. You know, I always want to warn the players when I feel bad that things are going to happen to them, but it falls on deaf ears, as it were.
Yeah.
So Scout, he has vision here. He's on a control ward. We're not aware that he was lurking, and so he just popped Doctors. It's really unfortunate, but a lot of good burst damage, good synergy between him and Diablo. And they turn what was a little bit of reprieve, you know, a little bit of a good moment there for Duckdom. He got the turret, it was pushing in, took away half of Diablo's health bar, and then he died, sadly. Yeah, don't put that up there. What are we trying to show here?
The gold difference over time graph.
Ah, okay. And also the Herald location when it was taken.
Yeah.
As well.
Yeah, just thought I'd let you know.
Oh, okay.
That. I mean, we have seen that one before, but it is good to finally know.
Because we do have the gold difference at the current time at the top of the screen.
Yes.
Yeah, this is a second item, i.e. if I press tab and saw that right now, I'd pause the game.
I mean, it is a bit weird. It's Navari almost every single time for Evolution. Being able to skate around the rift does make a lot of sense. But I do like this for like the super like front-loaded, let's get all the damage out right now type build.
He's got the daggers just for the bling. He doesn't even really need those.
He also doesn't need shoes, man. He's running barefoot. Just doesn't even
Probably
need
should get shoes.
Nah, no. Not required.
Triple dagger Diablo. Oh, the maiden.
All right. Well, the dragon is also going to be taken here. Nongshim are going to be able to grab the first Hex-Tech of the game.
Pretty big soul, like you were alluding to there, especially when it's really easy to proc it with Jace and Syndra. And running away from the Lucian is usually a good idea, but when you're slow, you can't really run away that easily. I guess since he doesn't have boots, it's a little bit easier.
I think he may have boots at some point in the future, though.
Yeah. Right now, he's just got that boot silhouette.
Yeah. It's kind of looking a bit sad. It's like he's completed, like, utilize the quest.
Showcasing that he doesn't have boots very effectively. This is where he would put his boots if he had them.
Yeah. We're letting everyone know that he does have a shoe, like a shoe cupboard, but just hasn't got anything in there yet. And that's okay. It's good to be prepared. Because Doctor, I'm not going to quite find that Mystic Shot, nor very much luck in this game. As we can see, 2.5k the advantage for Diablo. And
Purple.
at least Doctom does have shoes, though.
Purple up a whole level here, just trying to be annoying. The rest of the team is collapsing in very quickly. This jungle no longer belongs to DNS.
All right.
Purple's been he's been farming a lot, right? He still has a gold lead, and somehow it needs to be utilized because right now 0-0-0 is really impact not found in this game so far. Not been able to find any big ults in the back line. Not been able to punish Diablo just yet. That's what you want to do with this trap from this far behind. You just got to find a way to, when the Lucian goes in for a play, you pop out, get him. That's the simplest way to put it.
Yep, I think it sounds like a good idea. I feel like the execution could be difficult. But,
yeah, it's easier said than done, but it can be done.
Yeah, and I do feel like Diablo is the one to dash in more often than not. So if Dudu can find a good angle and just put him in a ghoulie wall, then it could work out. You know, Shovel's got a targeted ultimate. There are ways. Peter also makes it very, very difficult for Diablo to escape, as long as he doesn't die immediately.
He got 2 items at 21 minutes. It's a little bit late, but it's under 22, which is where it's doomed. That's the doomed timing. When you get the more amount of completion after 22, the game is definitely over. But he was able to do it.
Diablo went back and completed a Zeal, but didn't get shoes.
Yeah, he only does damage. He doesn't do the walking faster.
He's not doing the walking faster at all.
He has not looked at his teammates' inventories.
He's also gone for the build that doesn't give you like infinite dashes in a fight as well. It's like the least mobile Lucian we've had in a very long time. But he does do a lot of damage.
Well, the Vi is going to prevent the target that he's shooting at from moving, so that could be the reason.
Yeah. So kind of respect that, as Lahen's going to be able to get the flash out of Dudu. Sponge is making his way over, though, and he's got cease and desist. And I think that Dudu may just be dead. The Maiden comes down. I think Scout just threw it at him. That is so unfair. Using his own Maiden against him.
That's very annoying. He also flashed the Milio kick, but there was larger CC coming his way that he wasn't yet aware of. Well, he probably had sensed it, but it's a bigger problem. The Vi, which ulted at the very end to take him out and make sure the kill was secured before he could offer a little bit more damage.
We need the DN Supers to, like, group up for something.
Yeah, I mean, they need to, like, get together and look to burst down somebody, you know? Ideally Diablo, but, you know, we don't always have to look for ideal. Could be a Jace. Could be a Jace pinch. I mean, they have a little bit of topside vision control right now. It's swiftly being removed, but it's still up there.
Yep. The defensive vision is still definitely there as well. Might be able to catch Lahen's going for a ward. Something like that. Shovel does clear this one out. Doesn't find the Dark and Daggers onto Sponge, who has now claimed an advantage for himself. Yes, he's still incredibly far behind in farm, but he's 3-0-2. So
look at this.
That is fine.
Glutinous Greaves for Duckdom. Still no boots for
like
3-item Lucian.
It's a massive shoes advantage
Is
for
he
Duckdom.
trying to become the first AD carry to complete a League of Legends game without shoes? Well, I mean, a professional League of Legends game.
I don't know whether he would be.
I don't think he would be, but maybe that's what he thinks is going to happen. Maybe
that could be a point. It's like maybe he's waiting for his magical footwear to come in. And he's like, hang on a second, did I forget the rune?
He didn't press C.
Yeah. He's like, Lance, why did you get yours? Like, is the delivery running late? Like, I should check the app, I guess. It's really frustrating.
Wrong address.
Yeah, the coupon guy just really got confused. Sponge and Scout just going to siege down this inner turret.
You know, when we went into this game, we started this game, I kind of had the feeling with the low stakes and the standard draft, it was going to be, less interesting than what I was hoping. But man, did I underestimate how this game was going to go. It's just been, Nongshim doing the right thing, not me. Hey, hold on, wait, Sharple, he's crazy.
There you go.
He's throwing a Baron.
This is DNS. It stands for Do Not Snooze. Okay, Wolf, you might miss action like this.
All right, here we go, Lens. He's Emilio coming over here to check this. He's not going to like what he sees.
Yeah, he might be able to kick the Baron, but he's not going to smite the Baron. That shovel, Peter's able to soak the culling, and the Ghoulie Wall is brilliant. Diablo's just going to have to get out of there. Peter's almost dead. We can't show that on camera, though, because we need to show Closer getting the power unleashed on him. And that's not going to be enough, because he's got a Seraph stun, and the DN Supers just took Baron and got everyone out alive.
If Diablo had boots to get over there a little bit quicker, maybe he could have made something happen there. Oh, he's got him now. He had him, actually. Okay.
Shoes done.
Shoes complete. Okay, that was the one talking point we had. That was the one. That was the one joke we could keep running to the ground. And oh yeah, another back didn't have shoes yet. Got 3 items, still no shoes.
He was listening to DNS. They were saying do not shoes. And then he remembered that it's actually do not snooze. It's all right. Nongshim are going to try and put them to sleep again, but the Ghoulie Wall actually does a decent amount of blocking. Dudu in a little bit of trouble, though. He does have the support of his teammates. Hextech Ultimatum gets Peter in there, but the Emilio is going to keep everyone safe for a very long time. Sharble just trying to navigate this whole situation as King in. Gets Realm Warped on, but looks like he kind of likes it. And the Soul Point should now be coming in. The Flash, not going to be enough to get Sharble out of dodge. And the DN Supers still don't have a kill. And now they kind of don't have Baron anymore.
Yeah, they're just so far behind. Peter didn't ask Coffee first, try to get Diablo to go to Homecoming, and let's just say this time he asked for prom, but he hadn't introduced himself yet.
Oh no.
As Duckdom's forced to flash away initially on this fight, and so who's going to follow up Peter's engage? It doesn't matter. Peter knows, I've got one job, engage. Duckdom actually almost is able to sort of follow up by queuing towards Diablo, but it's a similar situation to the last time we made this joke that I'm now running to the ground a second time about him engaging on this.
Oh,
yeah,
no.
Even the pet was like, no, get me out of here.
Yeah. He was just kind of commeted to death, and the Blackfire Torch thing took him down. That's
there were a lot of things
for Scout. He's pretty dangerous.
A lot of things killing him there.
Oh,
Sponge going in alone.
Is it kill time? Let's see. Sponge is going to go down. Shovel with the first one for the DN Supers. And is able to dodge the Scat of the Week. No weakness here for this doggo. Look at that army of puppies.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Sharvel's like, look, I joined this roster late. I'm at least try to keep my KDA as good as possible.
Hell yeah.
Gets an extra kill there. It's got a lot of money on that shutdown of the Vi. So Sponge, just a little greed there, I think we could all say. Kind of
they're not that far behind.
Going in.
And they still have Baron for another 13 seconds.
They're not that far behind. Duckdom is that far behind.
Oh, yeah. But that means
Closer is
that Dudu can be ahead.
Closer is that far behind. You know what I mean? The damage dealers don't really do. They're not hurting the bad guys. That's my concern in this one, Atlas. Not to mention the Hextech Soul Point situation, which is also not
that is
very
problematic.
Ideal. Because even if it was an even gold state, Nongshim got that. It's potentially lights out. Now, if DNS get all the rest of the Dragons this game, and then they catch up a little bit in gold, and then eventually Ezreal gets his items online, and then they get the Hextech Soul themselves, and he's getting slows with his Qs, then we can have a conversation.
Well, I hope
like at 28 minutes, there wasn't that big of a gold lead, and I'm hoping for that potential reality, right?
Well,
I think. I mean, is that what we're hoping for? I think so. We're kind of hoping for the game to be a little bit more close.
I want to see more doing battle and fighting and like even footing and ooh, gank brush. I like that too. That's kind of fun.
Party on bush.
Yeah. Well, Peter is over here. Going to be able to grab some crystalline overgrowth, and they'll get rid of some plates as well. Lehens, some vision in there as Closer just trying to go back home. Lehen spots him out. Diablo was rotating over, sensed bad guys, and now things go out onto Scout. He's pushing on the top lane.
Yeah,
and,
I
think DNS, they are just taking turrets. I mean, that's what you're supposed to do in this game.
Yeah, no, I mean, they grouped. They got a turret. That's something. You know, I mean, Nongshim don't make the mistake of walking in there because they were like, I don't think they're AFK, so they're probably in one of these bushes around the map. And,
Pretty smart.
As it turns out, they were all still actively playing the game, just waiting patiently for someone to come over and maybe get a free pick. I mean, every kill is a shutdown, even on Tamilio. You know, it's some money to be had if you are able to land that pick, get that one target, get that rotating member, and then, you know, Rise is actualizing now. He is? Got his third item. He stalled it out a little bit.
I mean, Scout is so scary, though, man. 302. He's got a huge bounty on his head, but he's also got an arm guard now.
When you have Void Staff and Shadow Flame, and you are this, just in general, your whole team is ahead, so there's no way to really get on top of you and kill you or punish you. You're level 17. Yeah, it's frightening. I wouldn't want to interact with it.
Well, 50 seconds until this Dragon. How did DNS manage to stop that one from just going to Nongshim? Because I think that's a bridge too far, right? 3,000 gold, not the end of the world.
Yeah.
You know, we're getting close.
I mean, maybe they're trying to trade it for Baron. You know, that could be a thing. Oh, yep. Scout's like, I'm pretty sure he's not AFK.
I mean, his name is Scout. He should probably be able to navigate some reconnaissance. He's going to be able to do that.
They're going to try to see who's over here, and then Baron spawns in 8 seconds.
Wait, they're just going to give Soul?
No.
Hold on. Sponge is going to defend his Raptor camp, unless the Bleed actually took that down. Wait a second. Wait a second. Shovel's in there. They're going to get
They're
vision.
all in there.
And Nongshim, they're going to defend this. The Dragon spawns, but who cares about that? The Baron down to 5,000 health.
Peter, third time's the charm. Peter, third time's the charm.
Yeah, Blast Cone angle. Maybe he can get on in there. Shovel is able to lock down the Baron, but can they win the fight? Cease and Desist gets them in, and the Rise just explodes. Scout finding them here in the back of the pit. They do just scatter, though. It's a double for Kingen in the end.
Empowered
and that
recall
means
out.
Nongshim can get the Soul. And I don't know how this is good for
the side
DNS.
lane champions no longer have Baron, but the other ones have it.
Yeah, I mean, it is.
And 3 grubs.
Their names are Do Not Side Lane for a reason, Wolf.
No, I know.
Okay, Shovel is going to get hit by a bunch of rocks. He's going to answer, though, with the ulti. Scout breaks the arm guard and then also breaks the doggo.
Remember what I was saying about how, you know, he's so scary and you can't also kill him either? Marvel just found out about that. If he wasn't scared before, I think he's horrified now. And that is the Hextech Soul.
Oh, two-shot barrage for the not-steal.
He had vision on it too, actually. Pretty scary.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. I mean, Smite these days just makes it a little bit more difficult for those steals to come in, but it did look cool. Thank you to the observers.
Peter does not actually this time get to interact with Diablo the way he wanted to. Diablo's too far away on the left side. And Soul Laners just get deleted here by Nongshim. They get away with the Baron, but how well will they be able to utilize it is a question for another time. Because we're going to look at this replay first, where he presses R and then he presses Zhonya's.
Yeah, and all the orbs just kind of flew at the dog.
They don't turn golden and stay in stasis.
No. Was a little unfortunate. Now, I mean, it's Hextech Soul. Even though that Shock Blast did miss, it's still really rough. Diablo finding so much damage here, always dashing forward. He's got a cozy campfire, but that feels a little bit too passive for the way this man likes to play the game. Some Dark Daggers do connect onto Sponge. It's actually a fair bit there, but you can see this lightning just zapping DNS over and over again.
Dudu's, he's not side laning, but he's front laning.
Yeah, he is singular laning.
Yeah, he's just pushing it, and that's a good thing. That's success.
Yeah.
That Baron power play is less than -1,000.
Success is only ever what you define it as, Wolf. And if we define success as how many turrets have you taken, then they're equally successful. Closer is going to get dove on here by Kingen and might actually be able to take him down. Shovel gets on in there. Closer will survive for the minute, and there is the shutdown.
Reset.
They managed to take out the hands. And now a GA is going to get proc. Shovel's interrupted. Oh, that was a sick outplay. The Sponge will be dying.
Shovel's going to hate Scout after this game.
Oh, yeah.
He almost got Kingen. Well, that is an even, near even trade, I guess, when you think about the end result. But it's 2 dead for the
Their
side.
base is still alive.
Yeah. So Kingen tries to play this one out, but unfortunately, he's just too low on health. tries to go on to Closer there at the last minute when he gets his cooldowns back. Closer flashes away. And then Peter helps lock down Sponge, who takes a really long time to kill, but ultimately does go down. And then Charvel finds out about Syndra again. Yeah, it's really quite unfortunate. Okay,
All right.
Jack Show's done for this mid lane pushing Yorick. 4 items, Randuin's Jack Shows.
He's a
Diablo might actually have a small issue killing him. It will need a little bit more help, or just a little bit more space.
I feel like the issue might be that Diablo's trying to kill him.
Yeah, that would be that. Yeah, that's a good.
I imagine he
Yeah.
might be going for a different target. Closer is not afraid, though. He's gone Blighted Jewel, just maximum damage here for the Rise. We're teleporting in, though, as Nongshim looking for a fight, starting with Dudu. That's a great Ghoulie Wall to try and block him off, but he's not out of the woods just yet. There's the culling as down goes Sponge immediately.
Diablo?
Okay, they're trying to turn it. Diablo still looking to try and fight here, but Scout goes golden with that Zhonya's. Diablo dashing forward, but I don't know whether he really wants to. Soft arm starting to do work, but Diablo stays alive for a very long time. Still, it's Closer that finds the back line, and the DN Supers, they come alive!
A huge win here. They get the full ace. Only Diablo dies, and now a gold lead for the Supers as they push the top lane. This is the closest to the base that any lane is right now. It's only 1 plate left on that turret. They're going to try to end this game right now, and with this level 20 Yorick, I think they just might be close enough to do it. Let's see. 30 seconds on Diablo, 30 seconds on Scout. They may have just stolen this game away, Atlas.
I think they've done it! The DN Supers from the jaws of defeat just say heck no! And Closer, he actualizes, does so much damage, in goes Sponge, but down he goes. Hextech Soul be damned! The DN Supers are gonna win another one.
Yeah. All right, turns out all it takes is one overextension on the top side jungle, and it was the second of such fights that DNS were able to take, and it wasn't even a Yorick that was in deep in the top lane. It wasn't a Yorick that was destroying
T-Gun
them.
wasn't listening!
No.
It's do not sleep!
Exactly!
Because at any moment, they could just win the game!
And it was just an unforced fight by Nongshim. They were just greedy. Frankly, they just looked bored. And they did not give up.
Wait, was it Colonel Mustard with the candlesticks in the space?
Sure. Might have been Duckers. I don't know.
Well, and I kind of thought that Nongshim understood. I mean, it's NS, but not sleeping.
Look at the damage. The damage numbers are so low.
And look at that gold graph, man. Remember you were telling us, like, don't put this gold graph on the screen.
No, you put it up here. Yeah, this is the one. This is when I want to see it.
Of a little blip. Oh my goodness. Diablo tried. They got a Hextech Soul, and that was just not enough to take down the tenacious DN Supers. And you can see, I mean, there's not some big grins, but if they manage to win this next game, my goodness, I think that there will be some celebrations. Time for us to take a short break. When we get back, the space gonna break down that surprise victory, and we'll have game number 2. We'll see you soon.
네, 와드다.
여기서 가야 될 듯?
여기 봐도 돼, 여기 봐도 돼. 거기 막아다 천천히.
빼면서 빼면서
해도 돼, 여기 너무 막으면
나 올린다 나 올린다 해볼게
바이.
바이
야, 루시안 볼게, 루시안 볼게. 일단 제이스. 나 신당 갈게.
해볼게.
신당 탈진.
야, 볼게. 야, 맞아.
야 이거
야,
잠깐만. 미드 말고 탑 빼만해 끝내만해.
끝났어.
라인 앞에서 먼저 끌려가.
나이스.
되냐? 이겼냐? 잠깐만 일단 가봐.
이겼어.
일단 가봐.
끝났어.
아, 아직 몰라. 끝낼만해.
끝났어.
3연승이라. 아 무조건 끝났어.
나이스.
와 이 판 운영으로 이겨.
Never sure.
Never sure.
Yeah.
I saw someone online post that DNS were "Do not surrender," which that
That's
was
so
very
good.
because they voted no repeatedly.
I like that they're do not sleep, because if you're caught napping, then you lose the game.
Yeah.
And we thought Nongshan were not sleeping, but they were. As it turned out towards the end there, and were lulled into a false sense of security. And
Well, let's talk about this draft a little bit. It looks like now DN Supers are going to try hard draft again. Which,
All right.
when you win the game, I'm like, yeah, okay, that was a good choice. Yeah, solid play.
Rumble Bard being banned away here is interesting.
Also interesting to see a lock ban, even though they have Scout on their team, and also Lucian is already banned, and so is Bard. But it is still a scary
Scout
champion.
Oriana. Okay.
Don't give Sponge Jarvan. You're going to play Cassiopeia into it with a little Lee Sin from Sharble, which is his best pick.
And you have the Cassio on your team. Kind of good.
Yeah, seems good. Pantheon, a little bit less good for you.
Oh, but
Rengar.
Rengar.
No, Yongsam, you're not the team that's eliminated from playing this contention. You actually really need to win this series. It's very important.
I think Sponge realized that halfway through.
Okay, we're just going to pick Shen, even though there's no Camille, because that was picked in game 1.
I think the Shen flex is kind of cool. And also, Lehens was the Shen guy
That's
before
true.
Shen
That's
was
true.
even
I'll
cool.
give it to Lehens in this one.
And that does make some
You think
sense.
Shen has a Lehens mustache under that?
Oh, 100%. There is
Okay.
no chance he doesn't.
Okay, just curious what your thoughts were on that.
Yeah. No. I do think that, Shen, I don't know his identity because he's a ninja and a very good one. And so he hasn't actually shown that. But I think he probably looks the same as Sub-Zero under his mask. That's what I'm expecting.
What if every Shen looks different? Like, we had once 2 Shens that looked like
that's a really good point.
Eric Longquist and Christopher Michaels.
Yeah, so I guess we do know what Shen looks like underneath. And they're just 2 American dudes. Okay, that does make some sense.
Okay, so what's going through the second phase here? The Shen is a flex. You have no bottom duo yet, necessarily, right, with the Shen there. Gonna ban Olaf. Kingen was like one of the OG Olaf guys, so I guess that makes sense. Very strong blindable top lane pick when you are looking to blind pick a top champion, so that makes sense. Now, on the other side here, what 80 carry are you worried about? I guess Sivir makes sense, as they already have the Alistair.
I would love
game scaling, wave clear, all of that.
Why don't they do the same thing that we just saw? Was it Gen G that did it? Yeah.
The Lulu.
Yeah, they just ban
Ogma.
Nah. All they have to do is ban Nah, and then they see the next pick. Doctor's probably going to lock in Corki or something, and then they just slam Kog'Maw Lulu. I reckon that sounds really cool.
Okay. Ban on Kaisa.
That's weird.
Now ban Gnar and do what Atlas said.
Yeah. Just ban the Nah. Let's get rid of it. No more Gnar.
Let's see what they're going to do. They're probably just going to ban an 80 carry.
Nah, ban the Nah.
The only ban I'm not okay with is if they ban Duck Doms and Felios. Just because I want the fan service, but...
They ban Ziggs. It's a Yordle.
Ziggs plus Alistair lane. I don't think that was necessarily on the cards for DN Supers. They're just going to play Jhin. All right. Is it time?
It is.
Lulu Kog'Maw? Lock it in?
Lock it in! Don't be scared, Diablo.
He just had an amazing game 1. Even though ultimately he wasn't there when his team was fighting topside and couldn't save the game.
It's a really good way to make the game all about him. Just do it. Don't be scared.
He's got a lot of opinions about it, whatever it is. Oh, it's Forest.
Kog'Maw looks so weird. He kind of looks like 3 dudes. Oh, okay. Well, they're going to lock in the Gnar themselves, so at least we got the Gnar somewhere.
Okay. So, the counter pick, is it Vayne.
Ooh, Vayne is
Doo-doo Vayne.
available.
Vayne is up, you know?
And that's a real AD
Triple threat. No front line but an Alistair, but when Peter presses R, it becomes a front line.
Wait a second.
Hold on, the 2-0 incoming? Lee Sin plays through top side? Nar doesn't get to play the game? Lock it in!
This is looking so
actually looks
good
really
for DNS.
It actually looks really good. It's a pretty good comp. You know, it doesn't have... If it falls behind it, it falls over really, really bad because it doesn't have a front line and its scaling is a little
Yeah, it does.
awkward.
It's got an Alistair. That's the front line.
Yeah, sometimes.
And like in the late game, Jin may as well front line. Doesn't do anything otherwise.
Well, when you look at the comp of Nongshim as well, they have a Pantheon, Shen. You're trying to blow up a single target, but there's 3 targets that can hurt you bad. Jin sometimes. But the Cassiopeia and the Vayne, you know, they're going to do a lot of quick damage. It's going to be sustained, and you've got to kill all of them. Otherwise, you also just get focused down. So that's a pretty good draft, I would say, here for the DN Supers. Didn't necessarily see it coming because I was so hyper-focused on the Lulu lane that didn't happen. But when you see the Gnar come through blind like that without protection, we see the Vayne. Like, it's always banned. If you're gonna play Gnar, you gotta protect it.
this is looking very dire for Nongshim. They are on the ropes right now. They need all the wins they could get. They could just be eliminated from play-ins if they don't pick up the play. And the DN Supers, they took a game off them before, and they weren't able to win the series. This is looking a little bit like they could win the series. There is the Scout Oriana issue, and we'll see whether the DN Supers can deal with that and then win this game.
미니언들이 생성되었습니다.
All right, here we are, ladies and gentlemen, onto the Rift for game number 2. I need to apologize. I know it was a bit of a rude thing to say about Jin and the frontlining thing. I'll try to be a little bit more pro Jin
That's okay.
as this game goes on.
Ward went over for Peter to the top side so that the Vayne can shoot the Gnar in the bush. So that's good.
Yeah.
And
The thing that I'm really worried about, Wolf, is that Kingen did not have a great game on the Jace.
he's
And
not gonna
this
have
is
good
a
level
hard
1.
matchup.
Yeah. Now, Peter, just make sure you don't ring the cowbell. He might hear you.
Wait, make sure you do ring the cowbell, because it's cool.
Voodoo is, like, angling here.
Yeah, the boomerang went completely wide, so Voodoo is very, very
It actually
happy.
just makes me very sad to watch Gnar try to play level 1 into Vayne. It's just not playable. Now, because of the Vayne topside control, Sponge is also finding this game a little bit unplayable. For a brief
Yeah,
It's
he's-
how you use the Lee Sin when you have the winning top lane. We've already seen it before with Tristana. You know, you take a...
Yeah, that's a flash pulverize. I think Sponge might just be dead. He has to flash to get out of the way. Now the taunt into this bottom lane. Doctom does cleanse, and Lahens is going to go down. It's a disaster as Diablo, he might have to sacrifice himself, but he does get away from the turret aggro and at least saves the play there. But Kingen's also dead.
Yeah, I think that was a really slick flash play there from Diablo to patch the hole, but they're losing on both sides of the map somehow. And that's not ideal, as at least they deleted Duckdom's farm, so that part is the good part. And that's what they wanted to do with this play, but Duckdom has cleanse, so he cleanses this. Turret starts ramping, 4th shot's enough. And then Diablo, the turret is so ramped. He has to get the shot in and flash before the turret will pick him up.
Yeah, I think that was pretty slick.
Over here, yeah, there's not really much to say. Dudu gets the kill, though, which is the important part.
Yep, outplay this hee-hee, I think is how that one goes. As Dudu is still level 2, there's a big minion wave that was pushed in here by Kingen. And now Closer is going aggressive towards Scout. He dissonances and then flashes. After Closer could do anything, I think was worried the Closer was going to flash after him with another Twin Fang.
Yeah, with one more burn take coming through, that would have been enough to kill him for sure. So, all right. Scout's actually going to stay as well to catch that wave, which actually makes sense. He will be able to get away with it, won't be punished.
Yep, Closer is just going to go for a back himself. He'll teleport back in very comfortably, but the wave is at least taken here by a Scout before he does go back himself. This game is really going the wrong way for Nongshim.
No, this is really not good. Not good. Even Duckdom's making funny noises at them.
Yeah.
That's really bad.
Ignore the Sponge 2 and 9
What should
Pantheon.
what should we try to show the Nongshim fans which is good about this game? Not this, I don't
Yeah, no. Sponge does pick up a ball from Scout, but that Raptor camp does not belong to him. There's another taunt on to Doctarm as the Lashens doing some work. Diablo finding some damage here as well. Has gone lethal tempo on the Varus, so we'll be doing a lot of sustained damage himself.
Not the same type of Varus we saw in our previous series. But is still starting a tier here, so...
Well, I am frightened for Kingan's life. This wave
it's
is so big.
Let's see, I mean, he's got Flash.
Sponge is able to deny that one, as Lehens doesn't get the taunt onto Doctarm this time. Headbutt pole from Peter, as Diablo will try and line up that lethal tempo. Does have to do with these minions doing a lot of damage, though, as the Deadly Flourish does at least go wide.
That's a ton of minion damage on the Diablo.
Yeah.
Doctarm is, like, very... He wants to flash on him. Not flash.
There's a nice taunt. Let's see whether Diablo can line up the piercing arrow as Peter, he's burning down. Lehens finds it. And Doctarm just not able to get over to Diablo to secure the kill. Peter, and Nongshim, finally some good news.
Yeah, Peter really wanted to line that up, set that up for Doctarm. He was looking for his fourth shot onto Diablo. It was like Diablo just kind of taunted them into making that play. And gets the outplay. And now Dead Cow. So that's a good, it's looking a lot more stable down there on the bottom side of the map here for Nongshim.
I don't think it puts out the fire, though.
Not all of it.
The real 80 carry is here on the top lane, and Kingan fighting in the minion wave does hit that boomerang, so that's certainly good. But Scout gets flashed on, doesn't get stunned, and Lehens is right here. Standing on the miasma, though, so not going to be taunted up, able to get that taunt off as Peter, Hex flashing. He has got so much Hex flash value so far this game.
Yeah, he's got Hex Flash aura. He is Hex Flash the person.
He is.
Yeah, this is not fun.
No. Kingan is...
I was like, are we supposed to play-by-play this, or are we just gonna...
Look at the wave, man. It's all kinds of ungood.
Like, Dudu still has his summoners, so Kingan really has to be very careful. Lens is just gonna camp this.
I mean, he just has to help this wave get crashed. And Peter is going to come up and defend. And so Dudu is able to hold the wave, and another one is going to be in an awful spot.
Look at this for Doctarm. Fourth shot, wants it so bad, can't get it, and doesn't have enough damage because Lens is too healthy. Lens just...
And as they were going for the play, he was just reloading at them.
Yeah, no, I know. It happened in the previous moment as well. Lens is out here.
Oh, he gets the taunt flash. Sponge coming on over. He flashes on in, gets the stun. The orb comes down. Shockwave onto 2. And Scout will help claim the kill. The headbutt back from Peter, but he doesn't really get it in the position he wants. But then Shovel is able to grab it with that shot, that sonic wave. That was beautiful. Sponge, no place for him to go, and Dudu gets a second.
Disaster. And for Doctarm, less disaster. He's going to be fine, but this lane is still a problem. But
Diablo's crazy, by the way, man. He still has Chains of Corruption. Look at him. Dance, Dance, Revolution, baby. Fourth shot, just going for the wave. He lost confidence.
Yeah, well, after Diablo just, I don't know, did a crazy dance there, he was done with that. But the real 80 carry, like you said, is the top laner. And I mentioned in the draft, if you kill one member, there are still 2 other threats. Kind of goes for the early game in terms of shutting down the problems. Yeah, they got the kind of delay on Doctarm, right? He's been put behind significantly, but not as significant as this. And there are still, there's still one more late game carry in the mid lane that is doing just fine. As Lehens is once again going to come up here. Doesn't have flash anymore.
Does have a Twilight Refuge, but Dudu is just going to wait it out. Does get a lot of damage there with the tumbled auto attack.
Diablo's also topside now. They're going to try to make a punish happen.
Well, that is a nice little boulder toss to come on through. Chains of Corruption does connect here onto Peter. He's level 4. The will is well and truly breakable. They are able to take that one down. Kingan does get the kill, though.
Yeah, but I mean, the Jhin is pushing. The Jhin that has the disadvantage is getting plate gold and pushing for free in the bottom side. Like, is this actually a win? Especially not if Scout gets collapsed on by Peter here with the unsealed TP.
The unsealed turtle port. As he gets a flash bulb! Never mind, Wolf, you're exactly right! Scout now in no man's land, gets a shockwave onto 2, but not the 2 that were important. Shovel locks him down, and not, like, DN Supers are on a 1.3k gold advantage, and looking phenomenal moving into this mid-game.
Looking very good, as, I mean, Doctarm he got all that extra farm bottom side. The top side Varus didn't really get too much done there, and they end up losing their mid laner. Dudu's still got this wave in a horrible spot, even though the kill went over to Kingen. He's just making sure no one can get this money. Nongshim gonna have to get it together a little bit here.
Yeah.
But I don't know if the draft allows for it necessarily. I mean, that's the problem. The whole problem with this early game is they blinded Gnar with Vayne up. This is why Vayne is always banned.
Yeah. You have to pay the tax.
Because they got Vayne Lee Sin also. It's really, it's the worst. It's the worst. It's not great. Got outdrafted by DNS with right of first selection.
Lehens is on vision. Docdom doesn't quite clock in on that one, though, as the taunt will connect. Does have cleanse, just decides not to press that button as Sharble was making his way down. Deadly Flourish will miss, but now the curtains are being called. Lehens gets tagged by the Sonic Wave, and he is likely to just die. Did get the Spirit's Refuge for a few moments. Chains of Corruption comes in. Sharble takes some damage, but Peter's here. And I don't think Sponge is going to be helping this play.
Did some damage to Diablo, too. Diablo needs to back off.
Yeah, it doesn't have his ult. He does have Flash, as Peter is just continuing to Hex Splash. I love it. Love the gusto. But it looks like Diablo will be able to at least get this wave.
Yeah, he's going to be fine, but everything is falling apart. It's all falling apart. Dudu's just roaming. He's like, I don't need to be top side to watch this Gnar. I'm going to see if I can come mid and gank Scout, who still has his Flash. So that's a good thing.
Yeah, Ocean Drake going to be taken here by Sharble, though, who is really taking over this game. Diablo just cheeky little order onto Docdom.
Yeah, he does not have his ult, so he's stepping up pretty far forward here. And
Step.
I don't like it. Lehens doesn't have Flash, is nearby, but I guess maybe he's trying to bait something there.
All right, there's the hop in from Kingen. Wants to get on top of Dudu. The Condemn does push him back. I feel like Kingen's kind of feeling himself now.
Yeah, he
Nabar is charging up. Exhaust is still up, does have Flash, but the final hour is on cooldown here for Dudu. So that's why Kingen is able to push him out. Nicely done.
All right. Clean stuff to get some of that pressure relieved there on the top side. And obviously Dudu doesn't have teleport, so that's a really big delay and a stifle of the lead. They are sending everybody top side now, though, to see if they can maybe get the punch back on this one. As with Flash and Exhaust here, maybe the setup is just going to be that simple here for DNS. They're hiding Peter at the moment.
Yeah, the whole gang just
the cost
towards that top lane.
The cost of this play will be really high, though, in the bottom lane if this does not work.
Yeah, Static Shift done for Diablo, so he really does just eliminate these waves over and over again. Another one is going to go down, and no one is heading towards his top side yet. In fact, there are 4 people, heading towards the bottom lane yet. There are 4 people here in the top side.
Yeah, there's no TP to cover that bottom lane, so Diablo is just going to eventually get a ton of value.
And Peter is ghosting. Lehens spots him out. The hop gets Kingen out of there. He finds the fadeaway boomerang. And now the Pantheon comes down, looks for the damage onto Dudu, flashes out of the way. Diablo gets in here with a teleport, and Peter's already dead. A sick play here for Nongshim as they also got the plates down in the bottom lane for Diablo and then move him to the top lane to get even more fed.
Yeah, this is not a good situation at all here for DNS, and Charlo might even have to come up here and cover because they potentially had an angle to make something happen on the Duckdom. No ult left, obviously, for Sponge. I think this is going to be the end of the play, but for a moment it looked like maybe there was going to be a little bit more in the tank. Charvel wants to snap back into the mid lane here. At least that's what our observers thought. I kind of thought so too, but didn't have the angle. Was looking for Scouts too far back.
Yep.
And it's still a bad game state here for Nongshim, but they did turn this top side around quite heavily with that last play there.
Diablo's also 50 CS ahead.
Yeah, he's been farming a little bit more.
Yeah, certainly been doing the picking up of minions. Closer doing the same thing on the other side on this Cassiopeia, having a very good time as far as farm is concerned. 20 up on a Orianna is no small feat, as she is definitely pretty good at getting the farm down.
Quiet Jin, we're trying to commentate the game.
Yeah, Jin was really he was getting loud.
He was whispering very loudly.
He was.
It's like,
whispering into an ASMR microphone or something like that. It's all right. Flash Pove and Diablo is going to be delivered to Docdom. Lehens trying to get over here to save him. Has the shield to come on through, and Docdom's dead. Diablo trying to stay alive, and Peter, he does get the damage down. But Lehens is actually booped the wrong direction for Peter's liking, but still, he is going to escape. The 1-for-1, though, I think you're happy about that if you're DNS.
Diablo has just enough damage to take Duck Dom out before he goes down there, and the kill goes over to the Alistair, so obviously some assist money is nice. Dudu does not want to be on the side of this lane.
Yeah,
like
final
this.
hour comes in. There is the ulti out of Lehens, and Dudu, yes, he does go a little bit invisible, but it's not going to help him out, and Kingen is going to kill him, get some revenge, and that gold lead is completely gone from the top lane.
Yeah, I feel like this Vayne might have just gone invisible for the rest of this game in terms of irrelevance after being picked here, as Closer's at least going to get some extra alone time with this turret. So that's good news, but all of these big edges for DNS are starting to be worn away by Nongshim on these plays.
Whittled down by the passing of time, Wolf.
Yeah, or like really rough sandpaper, which is kind of the vibe I'm getting for how Lehens is turning this game around.
Diablo has got like a full-on ultimate bravery build, by the way. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, I hadn't checked in a little while, but I was...
Did I say... I meant Diablo. I don't know. This is absolutely crazy.
So look at this. Gets the charged Q there with the W in power and just bursts him down before he can do anything. Peter gets the kill back at least. And yeah,
what is happening?
we don't really know what is going on with that build for Diablo, but...
Maybe this is some new tech that I'm just not aware of. It's pretty exciting, though. I kind of like doing all of the things at once. As Nongshim, they're doing all the things at once. Sponge taking a lot of damage as he gets kicked away, but Shovel unable to actually get the kill. Closer does take down Lehens. As Dudu gets in here, that's a petrifying gaze, and Scout is removed. Kingen trying to be the hero as he just decides to kill Peter. He will successfully do that as it's a nice wallop, but he's still dead, and the DN Supers wipe them out.
All right, so now the pendulum swings back to DNS. This game is very silly, but it is also very entertaining because we continue to see outplays on both sides. The Sponges, who survived, was looking to get a bit of revenge.
Yeah, Doc Tom, I don't think he's even going to die here. There are 3 people, Sponge, and yeah, he does get him, but at what cost?
Yeah, he actually was able to get the kill.
That buys a lot of time as well.
Jin shot comes through at the same time as he dies. Dudu is going to be able to get this top turret as well, so it's still a net positive here for the DN Supers.
Yep.
He's getting Duck Dom off the map doesn't really hurt DNS's chances of securing this objective.
All right, I'm just going to take a little bit of a moment to look up Varus builds.
Yeah, because
I want to see whether I've got something wrong.
No, I don't think so.
Because I don't think you're supposed to go static Shiv and like I'm playing on hit and then just not.
Yeah.
Because I do understand that Mirror Mana could be kind of cool, but not the other things.
Yeah. Sponge escapes here, which was unfortunate, but then Nongshim just go too deep, and then Closer gets this huge ult, and Duck Dom's able to get the kill from far away, and Kingen can't continue to chase on the play. Gets the kill onto Peter, but in live, Lehens is on the wrong side of the map.
Yeah, it's a nice little taunt to try and get himself out of there. He lost a long time thanks to the Spirit's Refuge, but that's a great kickback. Dudu is popping off in this fight as well. The Pulverize from Peter is phenomenal. As they're chasing Scout out of here, the Deadly Flourish needs to be flashed as Sponge. He wanted to do more, but he's not going to be able to. And even Shelly is going to twist the knife into Nongshim.
So we jump into live where suddenly Lehens... Okay, Sponge.
Oh dear, he's going to have to flash. Does manage to get the stun onto Peter here as Kingen does have that Nabba coming up pretty soon. There is the spike from the Q.
Kingen?
Yeah, doesn't have flash. Does have crush.
If he did, that might have actually been a big turnaround. So who is winning this game?
I don't know. Whoever really likes on-hit Varus and lethality Varus in tandem, they're winning.
Yeah, okay, that's a good point. But that's not one of that answer's not one of the two teams.
And actually, do you know who's definitely winning? And it's been written in our teleprompter. It's the team who has NS in their name.
Ah, okay.
There you go. Oh, of course it's a Chemtech Soul game. As Shovel has found Lehens.
However, Lehens has friends.
He does.
And so Shovel needs to leave.
I'm like looking at Diablo's build and my brain is falling out of my head, Wolf.
Well, maybe it's like one of those Ziggs builds where you just build the tier for mana in lane, and then...
I think he's going to build Mirror Mana.
Are you sure?
I think that's going to happen. Yeah.
What if he builds Fimbulvinter.
Oh, then I will.
That'd be a curveball, wouldn't it? You know.
And I'll know that it is definitely Ultimate Bravery, and we should have asked him about what
So
was
this
actually
kick
on the list.
Gets the multi-man knock-up here, allows him to actually get the kill on a Diablo as Duden shows up. We can't do replays in this game. It's not allowed.
No, that is very wrong. There was a nada come out here from King, and his scout's going to come down and look to finish the job. The orb goes wide. The teleport comes in, though. They're going to use everything
Diablo says,
in order to
"My
kill
money.
this snake.
Give it to me."
Yes, I must build my next item that the website told me to build.
Seraph's incoming.
Hey, there is some AP scaling. I wouldn't mind it. It's all right. They're just going to group into the mid lane here and grab some plates from this turret. DNS well and truly, just like they're grouping all the time.
Yeah, and I think that's... is that good? I think that's good.
Yeah, I thought I'd just leave it at that.
That was a big commitment to get that kill, and they did get it. But, you know, we go back to a pretty quiet game state where we're not doing Baron on Spawn, that's for sure, and there's no Dragon, so it doesn't actually end up being that impactful.
Now that you've said they're not doing Baron on Spawn, I bet they're going to do Baron on Spawn. As Sponge steals away the blue.
They do have a lot of control top side, Nongshim do right now.
Yeah. That will get pretty close to evening out gold here as the Q is going to connect. There is the award hop kick on to Lahans. He is going to try and get, oh, the Mega Cone! And he's just fine. Never you mind, ladies and gentlemen.
Valdez just spat his drink all over the TV.
Oh, he certainly did. He woke up the baby, I think.
Yeah. Valdez, Bryce isn't supposed to hear those words.
Yes. If you could just pipe down.
All right, we're killing Closer again.
Yeah, Closer is going to get Shockwave.
What is happening in this game?
I think the NS team is doing really well. This NS team is also doing well as they take the inner turret here in this top lane and the outer turret in the bottom lane.
You know who's doing a really good job right now?
Jonas
the
Strong.
Observers. Yeah, they are catching everything. All the cross maps. There's like the cross maps are 3-dimensional in this game. With like literally actually the Pantheon going like into the Z
I want to know whether there's like a YouTube video that Diablo's following. I can't get this Varus build out of my head.
It is Muramana. Right? I mean, and maybe he just goes Caulfield's Warhammer into Seraph's as well. It could be, but
also, by the way, Brendan was in chat and he just said disgusting.
Yeah, well, that's fine.
I hope that was all you said.
It's a good. It's a good thing to keep your rage on the keyboard. He also, Bryce might not even be asleep. I don't know.
I think it probably should be.
Yeah, but sometimes, as you know, the babies don't always
that
do
is
as
true.
they're supposed to do.
That is true. They tend to have a fair bit of autonomy. That's all right. So this is just Lethality Varus with Zappy Zap the Wave.
Yeah, it is.
Maybe I'm kind of okay with it. I don't know. I'm a bit confused.
I mean, the idea I think is just to constantly have Prio and also your lethality virus. Like I think it's weird and unusual, and in the LCK we don't, unless it's Trophy, we usually don't experiment too much. But you know, I think it might just be that simple. It might be that easy to explain.
Well, Scout doesn't want a frontline. You're gonna miss that from Shovel though. I'm getting so anxious because Baron's up, and these teams are crazy today.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dudu has teleport, so even though he's in the side lane right now, he can join at a moment's notice. And with triple DPS comp, you know, maybe there's an angle where he actually just helps them burst it down. But he's not going to. He's actually decided to go back to the wave, and they're canceling the idea of a Baron. Not happening. For now, because Peter's TPing back mid, and we're just going to keep K-ramming a little bit here.
Scout is walking like scarily far forward. They do have Stand United for Lahens. He's also prepared with his Ignite, as well as the teleport does bring King in.
He could have, like, insect Diablo to death there.
Which insect? A praying mantis?
I mean, I just mean insect the verb.
Ah,
past
ED.
tense.
Got it. Yeah. Oh, the hands! Gets the taunt on Doctor, gets the cleanse. Out of Doctor. And there's the flash! Oh, the shockwave as well! The delivery system's so nice! The Closer, he yells into the air!
The turret's still alive!
have been called as Lahens trying to get out, but will fail! Sponge now trying to turn up the pulverize onto 4 from Peter! Is just gorgeous! Zap goes the Varus, he grabs a couple of kills as Kingen just trying to keep himself alive! And the Q won't hit, the Deadly Flourish won't hit!
Baron time!
But the Baron will be taken, Closer's left alive!
That Muramana third item spike gets a little different from the 2-item spike, I think. Diablo gets it now, but the fight is done.
Wait, teleport. Wait, stands united. Wait, king it.
Wait.
There's no
wait,
snipe.
Narvar! Wait, Narvar!
That's a big
Stand
number. Okay, he's looking to get on top of Doctom. There's Lahens. He finds the angle. He throws them all into the wall. And Shovel will be able to take down the Gnar. He's looking to get in on top of the Baron. And Lahens, he'll just be eaten. Oh, never mind. Actually, just left alive. The Baron is going to be secured. As Lahens.
He's baiting them for a sponge ultimate, question mark?
Yeah,
he's baiting them for a sponge ultimate?
Or he's going to die to minions, question mark. He does die to minions, exclamation mark. And Shovel tries to escape, but he's not actually able to do so. Relative punctuation.
The kick.
Diablo, can he actually get the electrocution? That's the question. Chains of corruption from downtown. And they are able to lock that one up. It's actually Scout that gets it.
That's Rice Group, baby!
Oh, yes, it is.
All right! We're frising hard! Get the cooking oil out!
Upside down
Get the
question
bags
mark.
out! This game is not supposed to be non-serious. It's really important for Nongshim to win.
It is.
They're 7-14. They need to go up to 8 wins. It's important. DNS is it's a negative Baron power play, but they still got Baron. They're still in the lead. It's 3,000 gold up. That static shiv's annoying.
I need this game to keep going. I need to know what Diablo's going to build next. Is it Opportunity?
Collector?
It's probably Edge of Night. Collector would be so funny.
Oh, I know. I'm just making
and
memes
so
now.
stupid. Let's build on-hit, crit, and lethality all at the same time. The best of all
He's
worlds.
covered all his bases. Oh, yeah.
yes.
It's a third dragon here at 25 minutes. 25 minutes.
That's a relatively late.
It's pretty late, but it's not that late. I was being a bit facetious.
All right. Well, Kingen throwing stairs around. And Nongshim group up to take down the outer turret in the mid lane. Baron is still there. The Rebel Baron power play is there's the Gnar into the wall. The Shockwave to pull back Shovel. The chain CC gets the GA as Peter with an unbreakable will is going to headbutt Diablo away. The exhaust is down as well as Lahens gets into the backline, gets a big old shield, but the two of them are on the floor and Diablo not being able to hit anyone was a big problem. As there's a deadly flourish, Doctom throws down a fourth shot there on the Kingen as well. He gets the shield, and Shovel goes in. Down goes the Gnar, and Scout has to escape. Dudu is in the top lane as well the entire time. He wasn't even there.
Yeah, he's pushing hard with that Baron, and he's trying to open up this inhibitor turret. Diablo needs to run over there and see if his static shiv's enough to clear this Baron wave with the cannon attached. Because they need to defend this. They do not want their base open right now at 26 minutes. They are going to be able to defend that part, but now mid's open. And I think Nongshim are losing this game, Atlas. It's looking very likely.
It's what it's looking like to me as well, as Lahens will not be able to defend that with Scout. And Dudu is going to steal away their red buff as well. Shovel pushes a wave into the inner turret, and it went from a negative Rebel Baron power play to a 3K in the blink of an eye.
All right, so Kingen has been a true hero, right? I mean, this guy has... He laned in the vein as Gnar, okay, and he's still making the big plays in this game. But the problem is there's too many DPS threats. We talked about it in the draft, and now we're talking about it here in reality, as there's just too many targets to lock down that actually do giga amounts of damage at 25 minutes into the game. And unfortunately, he gets caught here by Doctom's W. He gets rooted, and now he's just dead. And he wants to go left so the rest of his teammates can safely escape. When the dust settles, no inhibitors went down, believe it or not. Actually, that mid inhibitor also survived.
Serpent's Fang has now been completed from Diablo.
Okay.
Yeah.
He thinks it's good against snakes. Cassiopeia on the other side.
It is a Serpent's Fang.
Remember when I took this tooth from your sister? I've been looking for a second one.
I don't
know if he's
close
gonna
to give him one.
I don't think we're gonna get to second Serpent's Fang in this game.
If that's what Ultimate Bravery asks for, then I'm sorry, he's gonna have to build it. It's all right.
Kingen is gonna get a TP as a side laning Gnar at level 16.
Yeah, also get some plate money, so that's something.
Now, I want to remind everyone that this game looks very winnable for DNS. It looks, in fact, like it's almost on lock, right? I mean, you've got almost 4-item Jhin. The Cassiopeia is about to get a big third item spike. This Vayne is 1,600 gold ahead. The Lee Sin has GA and is 4,000 gold ahead. Was this a better or worse game state now than when Nongshim lost game 1? I think it's better right now.
I don't know.
So I just want to remind everyone that it's entirely possible that Nongshim are able to somehow fight their way through and get the comeback win. Never surrender. Do not surrender. That's DNS's motto. Nongshim just NS, never surrender.
I'm still just not sure. Like, I can't stop thinking about this Varus build.
Do you think the Swifties really tie it together?
Yeah, I love the Swifties part of it.
Yeah, no, that one's good. He could have gone cooldown boots, but nah, Swifties.
I didn't want to.
Sorry, I meant ability haste boots, excuse me.
All right, Nongshim, we're going to try and turn this one on to Dudu. Mid lane play safe, I guess, as there is Sponge making his way forward. Dudu does flash to get himself out of the way.
The base is open. Mid lane play safe behind no turret that doesn't exist.
Yeah, Diablo is just running down the river. So they are just going to go back. This inhibitor is definitely dead.
And maybe even more if they can delay these backs.
Oh.
It's always just an if. It's always just an if.
Ifs, buts, and maybes, Wolf.
Yeah. Okay.
35 seconds until the Chemtech Drake.
I'm starting to get nervous because I think at some point this game will end.
Wait.
No bar! On that bar!
Okay, well, I mean, there's a Lahen's coming. Kingen, can you survive? The answer is yes, but I don't know whether it's a good thing. Is Shovel, will he be able to follow this one? The Pulverize under 3 yet again! Just give Peter the palm and get me out of here! What an incredible play from the DN Supers! Sponge gets knocked up, taken out, and they've got an open front door to just cruise through for a 2-0.
I think Kingen might have the opposite opinion of me, wanting this game to keep going, as he just sends it with no Narbar into the entirety of DNS. Scout's trying to buy time.
Well, I don't think he has enough money for it, Wolf, as he does flash, but he's just dead. He's turned into cash for the DN Supers, and they've gone from do not surrender to something else, and I don't have an acronym on hand because I wasn't prepared for them to 2-0 Nongshim here today, but they absolutely did.
I think it means did nice sweep or something like that because they got 2-0 over Nongshim. This guy in the front crowd is loving it. Yes! For Nongshim, no! You cannot lose 2-0 to DNS!
And now we need to start doing the calculations for how does Nongshim get themselves out of this hole, because there are two teams that aren't going to make it to play-ins, and Nongshim really did just dip down into confirmed 9th place after that one.
Against their former support Peter! Against their much longer ago former 80 carry Duck Dom!
This is rough, man. This draft, they had the lowest game score out of everyone on 7 wins.
Kingen made a statement with that teleport. He said, "Don't you ever, Dandy, blind pick me, nor again with Bane up."
And what did they ban instead? Ziggs.
Yeah.
I don't know, Wolf. I don't know what to make of it. I'm still, honestly, I think the reason why I'm struggling to process this series so much is that Diablo's build is still breaking my brain, and I still don't understand it.
I think that a lot of things happened in this game where there were a lot of trades, there were a lot of weird TPs, there were sometimes over commitments to TPs, there were fights in side lanes, there was an R that was super far behind but that made big plays, but then made the biggest play of all at the end, and I don't know if they would have won the game if he didn't do that, but the game ended when he did, and it's a very strange game to quantify, but ultimately, Nongshim lost. And I think that is what people will remember more than DNS winning this one. On their last win, it was an emotional moment. The stakes were still high. They overcame very big challenges. They defeated Bro in a game where it looked pretty clean in the win. But today, I would say, and it's not just because of the stakes, more than DNS winning this game, boy, did Nongshim lose it! I mean, game 1 especially. But, you know, I don't want to take anything away from the DNS boys because it is a very important win for them.
Yeah.
That's not for their play-ins run. But
I think it's definitely far more of an important loss for Nongshim.
Yeah, that's the real story, right?
Yeah, it is. And it's also very difficult for Huni, who is now 0% with 1 day to go.
Oh my god, I am too! Oh my god, I'm a Nongshim predictor. I only got 1 right so far still. Oh!
Yeah, I was a Nongshim predictor as well though, Wolf, so I'm not doing super hot. And
nobody knows
I
what's
think
happening.
is still on like only one missing prediction, which is pretty impressive.
Yeah, Wadid is actually a time traveler confirmed.
Oh yeah. But this was just weird. It was just crazy. And I don't really know what to make of it. Here's the insane teleport to start off the final moments.
He wanted to flank, and we're putting up the post-game stats, post-game stats, fusing over it. But yikes, Peter makes a good play here. You guys might be surprised by my vote actually ultimately in the end. I went for Dudu. His Yorick was pretty big in game 1. He controlled the early game with this counter pick to the Gnar in game 2.
I think it's like there are good predictions in Dudu and Sharble, and the correct prediction, sorry, not prediction, the POM. The correct prediction, POM, is Peter.
Now, if DNS beat BNK, beat Bro again, beat BNK a second time, and beat QMDRX, then this won't matter for Nongshim actually.
All right.
So if they just win the rest of their games, it's like Nongshim didn't lose because everybody else lost, right?
Exactly. They just drag everybody else down with him.
Yeah.
I like it. Let's see whether DNS just become an unstoppable force here in the LCK. The thing that I really want to happen, though, is for tomorrow, for KT to win and QMDRX to win.
Okay.
So that Huni does the reverse perfect.
It's never happened before. Actually, no, that's not true. It happened on the Korean side last week. But it's never happened on the global side before that I know of.
So we need it to happen.
Yeah.
For Huni's sake.
Sharble
Sharble is going to be able to pick this one up.
His lead stone was pretty big in the second game.
1 and 16 is pretty huge, yeah. And honestly, for the vibes, Sharble definitely popped off. And I know that his Nefiri went 3-1-1. Doesn't look all that impressive, but he had such a massive farm lead in that game and was a large reason why Sponge was kind of kept out of it.
Yeah, and he was also the one who made the big play to punish Sponge at the end of the first game. And they had that trade that happened.
Yeah.
It was, look, I think you can go top, jungle, and actually I think you can go support as well. I really do think you can.
Yeah, I think Peter was definitely in with a shot.
Insane, and he got a lot of engagements on Diablo and Camille even when his team wasn't there. So it's valid vote.
Yeah, and we get to have another chat with Sharble as well and see how the vibes are within the team. Obviously, they're doing fine because in this game, they were still looking hungry, able to put their best foot forward, and 2-0. Nongshim Red Force here today. A Nongshim that really did need the win, honestly. And it's crazy to think that they were also the first team to qualify in the Kesper Cup. It's just strange how things all fall together. As it's now time to throw it over to Dia with the interview translation of the Sharble interview.
Thank you very much, guys. This is Dear for the POM interview translation, joined by Sharble on the side of DN Supers. Congrats on the win since April 2nd in round 1. It's been 4 months since you pulled a 2-0, so how do you feel? Since last match, I've actually wanted this 2-win streak so badly, and I'm just really happy that we're able to grab another victory. And you got your POM twice in a row. You must be pretty proud. How are you feeling? Yeah, just being able to play in the LCK, and this is actually my 3rd match, and out of those 3 matches, just being able to get 2 POMs, it's so amazing. I just want to keep it up. And your opponent, Nongshim, was on the play-ins race, but you defeated them 2-0. So what was the driving force for today's victory? I think just from game 1, myself and all my teammates, we just did not want to give up. We just wanted to try as hard as we can until the very end, so that's why we were able to win. And game 1, we got a big dopamine rush where it was looking really tough for you guys, but that surprise Baron play actually flipped everything around. So whose call was that? Yeah, that sneak Baron play, I actually made that call.
그냥 네,
And
그냥
we
했다고
tried.
생각하고 있습니다.
It was. We made that attempt twice, and I think that was both of the times I actually made the call, and I think I just knew that I have to make a move in order to
상황이 좋지 않았다 보니까
for the game
계속
to
뭔가
play out in our
좀
favor.
불안한 게 있었는데 한타 한 번이 뭔가
And honestly, it was quite nerve-wracking because the game was looking a little grim. But in the end, we were able to flip everything around, turn everything around with just one good team fight, which was all really thanks to my teammates who played out that team fight so amazingly. So I want to say thank you to my teammates. And in game 2, your Alistair went straight to the enemy Raptors from level 1. So did you call for Peter? Yeah, from level 1, I wanted to actually have my Alistair come to Raptors with me to set up the top dive, and that was just something that I wanted to initiate as well. So that actually played out pretty well. And yeah, you guys failed to kill the enemy jungler at that moment, but Duckdam outplayed the bot dive, which minimized the loss for your team. So how was it like? How was it in that moment? Yeah, I mean, Duckdam, he actually played off and shrugged off that dive really well. So I think that's the moment I knew that we can actually win this game. And even up until mid to late game, you were unstoppable with 0 deaths. So after game 1, with how DN Super's team fight setup and macro elevated, how is this possible?
그냥 그만큼 실수 없이 꼭
Well, to be honest, whenever I am in game just playing out, sometimes I may make some mistakes, but I think it's just that in the end, I just want to make sure that, you know, I can keep having my faith in my teammates and just go for that clean gameplay as much as possible with the rest of my teammates as well. So obviously there is a little bit of pressure, but I think it's just I end up playing pretty calmly without really thinking twice. So I think it actually works out very well for us. And so your next match is actually going to be against Dongshim as well. So what is your mindset for that? You know, since we actually had to turn game 1 around, I hope that the next match up against them is a lot cleaner, and I hope that we can get another 2-0 with them. And it looks like the atmosphere on site is amazing with the fans rejoiced today. So anything you would like to say to your fans? Even during the match, I kept hearing my fans cheer for us and all the yelling and all the support, and I felt so proud while playing. So I just want to say thank you so much. And even for the next upcoming match, I hope that we can repay all of your support, and so we can continue winning. I just hope that we can keep it up. And that's all from Charvel, and back to the desk. Thank you.